Hello and thank you for joining us. We're with SKC-West and we specialize in industrial hygiene sampling along with noise monitoring, gas detection, and real-time direct-to-read particulate monitoring. I'm Andy Carroll, Key Accounts Executive in Technical Sales.
And I'm John Santa, Service Technician. If we can help you out on any of your equipment needs, please find us online at skcwest.com or give us a call at 1-800-SKC-West.
Today we're going to be going over the Draeger X-am 3500 and the Draeger X-am 8000. Both of these instruments are in the same case, so the buttonology and function is quite similar. The X-am 3500 is a multi-gas detector, usually with a setup of the standard 4 gas sensors. The Draeger X-am 8000 is a multi-gas detector with a PID option, infrared sensors, and various toxic sensors as options. Ours is set up as a standard 4 gas plus the PID. To turn on, hold down the green OK button for approximately 3 seconds. The monitor will briefly alarm, then display various information as the monitor warms up. If you have multiple monitors for bump testing, the process will be accelerated if you start them all up before proceeding to the bump test or calibration procedure, whether done manually or preferably on the X-Dock docking station. To turn off your monitor, you can hold down both of the blue buttons for approximately 3 seconds. This will shut the monitor off. You can also go into the menu, which is the left-hand button, and you can go to the switch off function. Periodically, you might want to fresh air cal your monitor. You'll typically fresh air calibrate your monitor if you're seeing low readings, whether positive or negative. When you perform a fresh air calibration, you are telling your sensors you are in 20.9% oxygen that contains no hazardous or explosive gases. Therefore, make sure you only fresh air cal your monitor in an area that you are confident has no hazardous gases in it. To fresh air calibrate your monitor, press the left down arrow blue button of the monitor once and you'll be asked to enter the menu. Hit the green OK button to enter. Hit the left down arrow button to highlight the word maintenance. Hit the green OK button to enter. Fresh air cal should be highlighted. Push the green OK button one more time to receive a prompt to apply fresh air. Hit the green OK button one more time to go through the process. Once you have all check marks in green boxes to the right of the sensor name, push the green OK button one final time to gain access to the back option on the menu. Highlight back and push the green button to get back to the home screen. In this next section, we're going to discuss how to access, view, and clear your peaks. You will want to learn how to access this information for multiple reasons. A good rule of safety when using a gas monitor is to remove yourself from wherever you are working when your monitor alarms without looking at the screen. Once in a safe place, the question now becomes, what was I in that caused my monitor to alarm? A few things to note here. There are 2 different peaks available on the X-am 8000 or 3500. The shift peak is the highest reading since the instrument was turned on. Every time the instrument is turned off, the shift peak is automatically cleared. The application peak is your traditional peak that will store until you clear it using the methods we are about to talk about. To access your peak screen, push the right up arrow to enter the menu options including Shift Peak and Clear Peak application. Push the left down arrow button until you get to Shift Peak. Hit the green button once you reveal your peaks. Hitting your green button one more time will return you to the home screen. To clear your peaks, you will go into the same menu as above, but you will move the blue highlighted box to Clear Application Peak. Hit your green OK button and you'll be prompted to reset values. Now push the green OK button to clear the peak. You will then return to your home screen. We are now going to be going over the X-Dock bumping and calibration station. Using the X-Dock is the easiest and preferred method to bump test and calibrate the X-am 3500 and 8000 series. Reminder, to expedite the process, please turn on all of your instruments approximately 5 minutes before you plan to bump test to let them warm up. Typically, the X-Dock is set up to bump test every day and the calibration frequency is determined by the sensor. This will allow the X-Dock to do the bump test every day, and if calibration is needed, either by frequency or if a bump test fails, it'll automatically calibrate. When the X-Dock is first set up, all of the gases and demand flow regulators should be configured so that the calibration and bump test sequence should go flawlessly. It is very important to get the gases on the correct ports if you have multiple gases. Please give our office a call should you have any questions or need assistance. To begin a bump test or calibration, be sure to remove the pump test adapter before sliding the instrument into the correct bay. Close the lid and the X-Dock does the rest. Our unit is set up to do a quick bump test, and once it is complete, you will get green check marks on the screen and a green light below the bay. You now know you are ready to use your instrument. If you get a yellow or red mark, do not use that instrument as something went wrong. Once you get the green check mark, you're able to lift the lid and take your instrument out and begin your work. If you're having an issue with your X-Dock, most of the time it is due to having low or expired gas. Please check the gauges on the regulators to see if any are low and check the cylinder labels to see if they are expired. If they are, install a new bottle and try again. Bump testing is a critical process that ensures your monitor will alarm if exposed to the gases your monitor is configured to detect. Bump testing can take place manually or preferably on the X-Dock. Today we're going to go over the manual process. To get started, you want to connect the gas cylinder with a fixed flow regulator that is 1/2 a liter per minute to the calibration adapter. For the piece of tubing that you use to plug into the calibration adapter, be sure you put it on the left side of the calibration adapter that has the arrow pointing down into the instrument. To insert your monitor onto the calibration adapter, you just screw the calibration adapter onto the front. Now on the instrument, we're going to go into the menu, the left arrow button, and we're going to hit OK. We're going to arrow down to the login screen, and we're going to hit OK. And the password here is 0001. So on the last 0, you're going to push the up arrow to get to 1 and hit OK. We're going to arrow down to maintenance. Hit OK. Bump test should be highlighted, and we're going to be bump testing the standard 4-gas configuration. Press OK, and now we apply gas. What you're looking for here, once you hit OK and apply your gas, is all green check marks to the right of each sensor. Once you obtain those, you will shut off your gas and hit OK on the instrument while removing the calibration adapter. You can hit OK again one more time and wave your hand over the sensor head until the sensors go back to 0. Next, we're going to talk about doing a manual calibration. Calibrating your monitor is an important step to ensure accuracy of your readings. Different sensors have different recommendations for calibration frequency. Please calibrate according to sensor recommendation. Also keep in mind that the recommendation is to calibrate your monitor after a significant exposure. To get into the calibration screen manually, you're going to go back to the menu by pushing the left down arrow button and the OK button to enter the menu. We are going to down arrow to log in. Select OK. The password again is 0001. On your last 0, press the plus up button and then OK. We are going to go down into the maintenance, hit OK. And right now what we're going to do is we're going to calibrate the 4-gas mixture. So we're going to go to a mixed gas cal, hit OK. We want to make sure that we set up our regulator again to the calibration adapter with the tubing on the left hand side with the arrow pointing down. When we're ready to apply gas, we flow the gas and we press OK on the monitor. A calibration takes a little bit more time than a bump test, so give it approximately a minute to have everything stabilize. You will start seeing the green checks on the right hand side of each sensor. And once you get all 4 green checks, you can stop flowing your gas and hit the OK button on the monitor. It's going to tell you to apply fresh air. You can unscrew the calibration adapter, wave your hand over the sensors, and press the OK button. Once everything stabilizes back down to 0, you can press the check button. Now it kicks us back to the screen we were just on. So for instance, if you have an additional sensor in there or you needed to calibrate single gas calibrations, you would arrow down and highlight the single gas cal, hit OK, and then you'll select whatever sensor you want to calibrate. You would go to span calibration, hit OK, and you could type in whatever ppm level or percent by volume level, depending on the sensor you have, so make sure you check your label of gas. You would hit OK, and then you would flow gas again. We're not going to do it right now, but that's how you do it. Thank you for watching our video. If you have any further questions or need additional assistance, please reach out to us online at skcwest.com or call us at 1-800-SKC-West.